Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So I wanted to do a video about Michigan's projected defensive starters. So this is just projection. These things can change once they get into further along into spring practice and things like that. But this is just some of the things I was thinking about, and the basis of this is always just like my videos last year when I talked about the team get better. Let's hope these dudes got better. And that's why we got dividends last year, because players got better. So I'm just going to get into it. So at DN, outside rusher in the system, Mike Morris and Taylor Upshaw. Now, I liked what I saw out of Mike Morris. Now, before I even get into that, like with the DNs and the edge rushers, it's going to be big that we get sacks. We can get pressure somehow. So these dudes on the outside, they have to take that next step. Taylor Upshaw got some sacks last year. He needs to take it up to that next level. You the starter now. You got to be more consistent. Mike Morris did some good things. He's good at everything kind of guy. He's good against the run and the pass to me. So it's just taking that next step and getting better. But those are two guys I think will probably start at the outside. Now, at defensive tackle, we got Mozzie Smith. Mozzie Smith's been around for a while, and he played well last year. I mean, we wish Chris Hinton would have stayed, but he didn't. So Mozzie Smith, take your game up a notch. Be that anchor. Be that anchor like Chris was starting to be, So just take it up a notch, especially against the run. And also creating pressure up the middle. So if those edge rushers are doing their thing and the quarterback wants to step up in the pocket, you right there waiting on them. So it's big to have that push from the inside. At the other D tackle, Chris Jenkins. Now, all of these players played last year right here. So it's not like they're freshmen. Well, it's not like these dudes are freshmen and they haven't had game experience. So these dudes played. Chris Jenkins, he's a big dude in the middle, made some plays last year. It's just when you become the starter, taking your game up a notch in consistency. Consistently making plays, consistently doing the right thing. Let's see. Outside linebacker, Jalen Harrell. Now, we saw Jalen Harrell come on at the end of the season more. He's a big dude. I like his size. He got exposed against Georgia. They would get the running back and the tight end on him, and he couldn't run with them. To me, I think they're going to try to use him more as an edge rusher. If that's what I would probably use him. He looks like he might be a beast in the run game and rushing the passer, but I'm not sure if he's ready to be a consistent outside linebacker, just an every down player. To me, I'd bring him in on passing downs to rush the passer. That's just what I think. Now, in the middle and in our scheme and the way college football is now, you're in the nickel most of the time. So you're gonna have edge rushers, and you're gonna have that nickel corner out there a lot of the times. So you're probably gonna see Junior Colson in the middle, who played very well last year for a freshman. I think he made All Big Ten, or he might have been freshman All American. But this dude is fast, rangy. It's just learning the ins and out of being the middle linebacker. You're making the calls, the changing the fronts and things like that, and you have to be the quarterback of the defense, kind of. So he probably will have some growing pains, maybe being that dude now, but he's got all the potential, and he played a ton last year. Hill Green played a ton last year. So you're probably going to see these two dudes in the middle playing a lot. It's Junior Colson for sure, Hill Green probably. You're going to probably see them in the middle a ton. Both of these dudes can play very well. Hill Green, Junior Colson kind of took a lot of his time as the season as we went later in the season, but he can play. He can play, and he got a lot of experience. It's just when you become the starter, getting that consistency and knowing the ins and outs of the defense. So football is, what do they say, 75, 85% mental, because the game moves so fast you can't think. It has to just be natural reaction. If you're thinking, that time where you're taking to think, oh, is he going to do this and stuff, somebody's blowing by you because you had to think. That's why they say it's mental. You have to, once you know where to be, that's most of your job. Just knowing where to be and knowing what's going on. So that's the big thing for those middle linebackers. But they're probably going to be playing a lot. Now, Will Johnson, he is a freshman. Now, this dude is a big, rangy corner. He's 6'2" or 6'3", I want to say. So he's a big dude, rangy. He's probably going to start at the nickel. And I'm going to get back to that in a second. But he's supposed to be a stud. So look to see him on the nickel or on the outside. Now, at corner, DJ Turner. Now, DJ Turner, I'm looking for him to take that next step up because he became our number one corner last year when no one expected him to. But this year, I'm looking for him to be that number one. I'm locking you down, bro. Like this, they put me on you. It's about to be a long day for you. So it's just with him and all the corners, consistency. And him, I want to see him take his game up a notch because we saw what you could do last year. You surprised people. Now we're expecting you to be number one, lock him down, and if they throw at you, make them pay. So that's what I'm expecting from DJ Turner. Now, at safety, at strong safety, I'm going to say Rod Moore. Now, Rod Moore came on late, kind of right before the OSU game because he plays the run, I want to say, better. To me, he plays the run better. So for him, I want to see him do more in the passing game against the pass defense. I didn't see him making that many plays in the pass defense, but in the run game, he did his thing from what I could see. Now, at the other safety, R.J. Moden. I like R.J. Moden a lot. Rod Moore took his job later in the season. He still played, but Rod Moore took a lot of his snaps. And with Brad and Dax gone, I like R.J. Moden because R.J. Moden makes plays on the ball. Now, he might need to step up in the run game. That's what he needs to work on is the run game. Kind of the opposite of Rod Moore, who I think needs to work on his pass defense. But R.J. Moden in the pass game, the thing I like about him is if a quarterback throws a ball that is questionable, he will pick it. And that's what I like at safety. I want that ball back. You give me somebody that can get me the ball back at safety, that's what I like. Get me that ball. The quarterback overthrew it, or he didn't see you coming over there and you take it. I like that. Like, he should have had 2 picks in the Michigan State game. He dropped the second one, and that's what let them, if he gets that second pick, it's a wrap for them. But I like the way he plays the ball. Like, if he continues on what he was doing last year in the passing game, he gonna have about 5-6 picks if he's starting. I can almost guarantee that because he plays the ball very well. And I like that. Like, I like R.J. Moden, honestly. I really like what he does. Let's see. Now, at corner, you could say Jamon Green. I'm not sure if I like Jamon Green because, one, he can't catch. I don't care how you throw it to him. This dude is not going to intercept that ball. I don't know what is up with this dude. Like, this man will break on the ball and have it. It's going to go through his hands. it could be a duck. It's gonna go through his hands. Like, I just hate that. Like, you don't get opportunities to get those picks like that. So when somebody makes a mistake, I need you to get that ball. Like, turnovers are crucial for a defense. And this dude will not intercept the ball to save his life. So, honestly, I'm hoping somebody takes that job from him. Because one, he doesn't find the ball that much. And if he does actually find the ball, he will not pick it to save his life. Like, I just can't. Now, I'm seeing that Jaden Mcburrows, I kind of like Jaden Mcburrows. I'm not sure if they're playing him at corner or safety, because I think when he got in last year, he was at safety. So I'm not sure if he's going to be corner or safety, but I want somebody to take that spot from Jamon Green. Unless he's been on the jug machine nonstop and has figured out how to catch the ball, I don't like him I just don't like him out there, because he'll be around the ball when a mistake is made, but he won't make the big play. Like, this is big time football, dog. Like, this is Michigan. We trying to get back to the playoff championship, win something. I need somebody at that other corner that if somebody makes a mistake, he's going to make them pay for it. I know DJ Turner will. I know RJ Moden will make it pay. I know Rod Moore can do what he has to do. We'll see about Will Johnson at what he can do. But if I'm putting a veteran at that other corner, you got to be a dog. You got to be a dog and make big time plays. But from what I'm seeing, yeah, we lost. And the thing about the defense, I mean, it's gonna be on can we replace the pass rush? Because our defense wasn't that great last year. It's just we had two beasts in Aiden and Ojabo. They were gonna get. Aiden came on strong, then Ojabo came on strong, and then they both came on strong, and then, so that's just really what made the defense work, is them getting pressure without blitzing. Even though we still blitzed, we didn't have a lot of sacks outside of Aiden and Ojabo. I think Taylor Upshaw might have had 2 or 3 sacks, and maybe a few other guys with like 1 sack, but Aiden and Ojabo had like 75-85% of the sacks. So that's a lot of production rushing the passer that has to be made up for. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you have to blitz, which you would like to be able to get a pass rush without the blitz. But I don't care if you have to, Mike Morris gets 4 or 5 sacks, Taylor Upshaw gets 4 or 5, Chris Jenkins gets a couple, Mozzie gets a couple, Jalen Harrell gets a couple. I don't care how you do it, as long as you don't have to blitz all the time to generate a pass rush. So that's just the big thing. But to me, the defense, with a lot of these dudes being in the second year of the system, with having another defensive coordinator that understands the system, so they're not changing a bunch of stuff, all these young dudes, they should take big jumps in the defense, especially in the secondary. It's knowing what they need to do and the expectations. So most of these dudes should take a big jump. Hopefully Jamon Green takes a big jump if he's supposed to be starting. But Rod Moore, DJ Turner, these dudes, RJ Moden, these dudes should take a big jump. Even dudes that didn't play that much, Jaden Mcburrows, like all these young dudes that were in the secondary that played somewhat, they should take a big jump. But I'm expecting this defense to be good. We'll see how good they can be, but they got a lot of talent and they got a lot of dudes that played. So I know people will say, oh, we lost this dude, and this dude. Yeah, we did. But we have a lot of guys that played. Like, the only freshman I see really out here projected is Will Johnson, and he's a stud. So he should be able to come right in and do something. So everybody else has played. So it's not like these are just freshmen coming in. Yeah, they're young, but we played a ton of players, so they got some of those growing pains out last year. That's why some of these dudes were starting last year, and then another young dude took his place. So that was just big, and it was smart to get a lot of these dudes in there, knowing that we were going to lose dudes like Brad, Dax, and Aiden, and I can't think of the middle linebacker's name, but losing him also, and then Chris Hennon left. But, it is what it is. That's college. But a lot of these dudes played, so I'm not on drastic or thinking our defense is going to be garbage, because we just played too many of these dudes played a lot. So that's just what I got for this one, y'all. I ain't going to talk y'all ear off on this one too much, but that's just what I'm thinking. What worries me, Jamon Green and maybe some growing pains from the middle linebackers, and can we get that pass rush without blitzing? Because that's a big thing, because you want to be able to get a pass rush, rushing 4 or rushing 3, and just in case you got a good or great QB, so you can drop that other man into coverage. You don't want to have to blitz to get pressure. That's never a good. It's never good to have to do that. But we'll see. We actually, if you made it this far, we actually got a spring game this year. Harbaugh says regardless of COVID, weather, they're going to play a real spring game. And I'm glad that he's doing that. Like, get back to doing what needs to be done. Have a spring game and really let these dudes play and, get to experience the big house, let the fans experience it, and just get back to enjoying what comes with college football. Like, we need a spring game. Hopefully it's on TV. Like all these other schools, Georgia and Bama and these teams, their spring game is televised. So why shouldn't ours be? Like, let's get that on TV and let's see what's going on so we can it's not going to hurt you. They're not going, they're knowing who my quarterback is. It doesn't matter. They're going to find out either way. Like, all that stuff, I just hate it. But I'm just glad to see he's embracing, like, let's get back to normal things. Like, let's have a spring game. Let these dudes show what they can do for the fans, and let's get into it. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. That's what I'm seeing projected. And another dude you might look for on the defense, Cody Jones out of Memphis. This dude he was a beast in Memphis. And when I looked him up, he said the coaches say he could play DB or he could play corner or safety, whichever one he wanted to play. He's a beast, but he's a little undersized. He's 5'11", 175, but he's a beast with the ball. So I'm not sure you might see him on special teams or something if he doesn't make if he's not in the rotation at DB just yet, because he's has to get used to being in college and everything that comes with it. But that's another dude to look out for. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.